Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to the podcast Embodied Abundance. And I am Natalie, your host. And this podcast episode is a abundance reading on the new moon in Cancer. And the new moon in Cancer is all about the divine feminine, the great mother, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it's the only sign in the zodiac that is fully and completely ruled by the moon, and the moon stands for the feminine. And in this reading, I channeled so many beautiful messages for you from the Great Mother on how you can embody your inherent, abundant nature more and shift so much more into abundance, and what this time quality is all about for you. So if you watch this video, this podcast episode on new moon today, that's for you, but it's also for you if you watch this video later, like a few days later, because it's a time quality. It's a reading about the time quality right now, and today is the new moon in Cancer on the 14th of July. And the first message that I channeled when I tuned into the energy of the collective energy and what the Great Mother wants you to know right now is that the message is let yourself be held. Let yourself be held. Let yourself be carried by the Great Mother, by the divine. And the Great Mother, the divine feminine, she is the nourisher. She is the nurturer. She is the restorer of all life. It's where all creation comes from. And the Great Mother holds you. She's there. She carries you. And she asks you now to let yourself be more carried, to let yourself be more held, to nourish yourself more. This is a time right now really to slow down, to rest more, to receive more, to create that space so you can actually receive more. And it's a time right now because Cancer is also the nourisher, the nurturer. So how can you nourish yourself more? How can you care for your needs, for yourself, and tend to your inner child, tend to your inner garden more? That was really the message that I channeled. And it's all about do less and receive more. This is a sacred time we are in right now. This time quality right now is a very sacred time where so much new energy is entering. And when there is such a time where so much new energy is entering and new beginnings are happening, it means that we also need to slow down. We need to rest more to create that space so things can unfold for us for our highest good and we can receive more. The Great Mother really reminds you you're always being carried, you're always being held, you're always being taken care of, you're always guided, protected, supported, and let yourself receive this nourishment right now. Stop also pretending that everything is fine if it's not, because maybe there are emotions that are now rising to the surface. And why do they rise to the surface right now in this time quality in Cancer? It's because they want to be seen and they want to be released. So all the emotions, all the stories, all the old patterns that are showing up right now, let them show up, let them rise to the surface, because this is a sign that they want to be released, that they want to be healed, that they want to be seen. It's also a time where you are being called to tend to your own home, the home within you. That means it's a time to tend to your inner parts, to your inner child, to look for that inner child that feels maybe abandoned, that feels scared, that feels unsafe, and tend more to your inner child. Let yourself feel that you are held. Let that inner child feel that she's held by you, by the adult self of yours. She's held, she's carried, she's protected, she's safe. Return to yourself, nourish yourself in this time. And the Great Mother, she's also like, she is within Mother Earth, within Mother Nature. So how can you be more now in nature? How can you return to nature, return to the earth? It's a time where we feel and we long for that sacred connection to the earth, to the Great Mother, to the restorer, bestower of all life, of all creation. How can we let ourselves be nourished again by the Great Mother? So go into nature, connect with the earth, connect with the earth, let yourself be grounded again, feel grounded. Let your roots grow into the earth and let yourself be held by the earth. It's a time to honor yourself more. It's a time to nourish yourself more. It's a time to love yourself more. Love the inner parts of yourself, all inner parts. The parts that are scared, the parts that are full of light and love and joy, the parts that are sad. Every part of you. Love yourself fully. Embrace all of you fully. And get more out of the head, more out of the constantly doing something, and into the heart, into the being. Just be, allow yourself to be more. It's really this Cancer energy is the energy of the feminine, the divine feminine. How can you let go more? How can you nourish yourself more, rest more, slow down more in order to receive more? It's receiving abundance. It's really about slowing down more. That's how the feminine actually manifests. That's how the feminine actually attracts and magnetizes her desires towards her. It's not when she's constantly doing. That's not, or when she tries to force outcomes to happen, try to push more. That's not the feminine. The feminine way of receiving, of manifesting, is to slow down, is to get grounded in yourself, is to nourish yourself more, to care for yourself more, to rest more, and create the space to receive the abundance that is already yours. So now I will share with you the cards, the tarot cards I pulled for you. And it's every time for me such a beautiful sign, because I first channel the message from the divine that wants to come to you for this time quality right now. And then afterwards I pull the tarot cards, and it's always so beautiful to see how connected and aligned this message is, because I pulled for you the Chariot, and the Chariot was the first card, and together with this card that I also pulled for you, it's the Six of Swords, where you see there is a transitioning happening here. You are actually moving into a new chapter in your life, but not by force, not with forcing more, not with pushing more. That is the old timeline. That is the old paradigm. You are moving into a complete new chapter in your life without force, with flowing more, with being in this surrendered state, with letting go. It's a very gentle transition. There's movement, but it's not about pushing harder, doing more, controlling every outcome. It's about consciously leaving behind the old patterns, the old ways of being, and letting yourself be carried towards greater abundance, greater peace, greater love. So it's a whole new way of being, that of existing, of living, that is happening right now, and that you are transitioning to. The Great Mother says to you, trust that you are already crossing the threshold. You do not need to rush your becoming. So stop rushing anything. Stop needing to know all the answers now. And start trusting more. Trusting the divine unfolding. Trusting into the divine order and the divine timing. That's Cancer energy. Allow to yourself to be carried by the tides instead of trying to swim against the tides. That's really Cancer energy. Then I also pulled for you the Eight of Wands reversed, and I pulled also the Knight of Swords reversed. And together those cards say, slow down, divine timing is at work, and it's a message against urgency, really. Because maybe you feel impatience, maybe there's mental overactivity, maybe you feel this pressure to need all the answers right now, to having figured it all out. And there's maybe this tendency to push manifestations before they are ripe. And this new moon in Cancer whispers to you, your abundance cannot be forced. Let it ripe. Let it ripe. Let it unfold naturally. This is what this new moon in Cancer whispers to you. Then I also pulled the Page of Cups, and I love this card. It's such a beautiful card. It stands literally for the inner child, for intuition, for dreams, for sacred synchronicities, unexpected synchronicities. And the Great Mother asks you now, listen to your feelings. This is what the card also says. Listen to your feelings. Pay attention to synchronicities. Create, play, write, sing, rest. This is all the feminine qualities that are being asked of you right now. And let yourself be surprised again, because abundance often enters through wonder and not through striving. So when you are in a place of wonder and seeing the wonders around you, feeling grateful, playing, just being more, that's the moment where abundance and wonders are happening, where miracles are literally happening in your life. I also pulled the Hanged Man, but reversed. So I pulled it this way, reversed. And it shows that you have been hanging in a pattern, perhaps waiting, perhaps sacrificing, or seeing yourself through an outdated lens. And this new moon asks, what if you are no longer who you thought you were? What if you are no longer who you thought you were? And to embody your inherent abundant nature, it is crucial now to release any outdated identities, and identities like the one who always struggles, or the one who must earn love, who must earn abundance, or the one who carries everything alone. So you need to release these old identities. That's what this new moon asks you, and also with this card. Then I also pulled the 10 of Pentacles reversed. And the 10 of Pentacles reversed shows that abundance is not the same as security. Your inherent abundant nature doesn't depend on a certain amount of money you have, on a particular relationship in your life, on others' approval, or on having everything figured out. That's not what true abundance is. True abundance begins with the felt sense of, I'm home within myself. I belong to life, and life supports me. I trust that everything is working out for me. I trust the divine fully, and I let myself be carried. I let life carry me and holding me. This is true abundance. And this card also shows that there might be still some limiting beliefs that are inherited, like from your family, for example, about money, about success, and about what success should look like. And you really need to question yourself here, to question whose voice is this? Whose voice is actually speaking here? So, how you can embody your inherent abundant nature more? Create space instead of pushing. Rest, empty your calendar a little bit more. Tend to your inner child. Your inner child wants beauty, harmony, play. It wants to sing, to rest, to dance, to have fun. It's about art, it's about water, it's about being also around water, because Cancer is a water sign. And what really helps you also is to be in nature, is to be at around or at a body of water. It might be a river or the sea. That really helps right now. Release inherited scarcity stories and ask yourself again and again, whose voice says that there's not enough. Trust slow movement and lead with your heart and not with urgency. The Great Mother says to you, you are not becoming abundant. You are remembering that you already are. Slow down, lay down the sword. Cross the waters gently. Let yourself be nourished. The new life you seek is already seeking you. This new moon in Cancer is a tender homecoming to your inner abundance. So it's so much more about embracing the inner abundance that is already there, instead of wanting to have now all the outer abundance you desire, the relationship, the money, whatever it is. It's coming home to your inner abundance, because you are already abundant. That is your nature. That is who you are at your core. And this is what this whole podcast actually is all about, and what my work is all about, to remind you again that you are already abundant. Abundance is your inherent nature. Return to this inner abundance again. And I also pulled some oracle cards for you from the Inner Temple Oracle set from Rebecca Campbell. And I pulled the end is also the beginning. This is the card. The end is also the beginning. It's such a beautiful card. And this card is saying, let it end. Let it end so that the new can come. And what we need to do to let something end is to properly grieve something that has ended, to properly say goodbye to something. It might be an old life, an old relationship, an old identity of yours. Maybe you need to feel the sadness first. Maybe you need to grieve, to let it go. Whatever you need to feel right now, so you can heal, so you can let it go and release. And so this is how you create the space for the new to come. The end is also the beginning, and the beginning is also the end, because when something new begins, every time it means that something ends or also. And yeah, how can you create that space for the new to come? Because you are ready. You are ready for the new, and you are already transitioning to the new chapter of your life. The other card I pulled was Scarcity. Like, scarcity was right side up, and the other side is plenty. So scarcity asks you, how can you release now scarcity thinking? Scarcity thinking is lack, it's needing, it's grabbing, desperation, the feeling of it's not enough, it's exhaustion, it's resentment, it's the feeling of it should be like this, or taking more than you need, or panicking, worrying, separation. And scarcity is really a reflection of lack, of desperation, of exhaustion, because it always shows that the well is running dry. Something has become unsustainable, a way of living that is unsustainable. So it's really an invitation for you now to shift your energy, to shift your thoughts, to shift your behavior into what's sustainable, into plenty, into gratitude, because plenty is all about abundance, gratitude, receiving, overflow, the feeling of there's more than enough, manifestation, balance, harmony. This is plenty. And you are being asked now to shift into that kind of energy and that kind of state, this state of being. Because this is how you magnetize. This is how you magnetize everything you desire, by being in this kind of energy and releasing all the scarcity thinking. And whenever you feel scarcity, whenever you feel like, ask yourself, whose voice is that? It might be a inner part of you that has this voice. It might even be a family member, not even you. Ask yourself, whenever you listen this voice of lack, this voice of scarcity, of worrying, whose voice is that? And connect with this inner part, connect with this voice, and say, thank you, I see you, thank you for protecting me, and I release you now, because I do not longer need you. I'm protected, I got myself, I got my back, I'm here. So yeah, that was the reading for this beautiful new moon in Cancer today on the 14th of July. And let yourself be nourished. Let yourself be held. Return to your inner abundance. You are already abundant. And I want you to invite you also to my new online group program, The Path to Embodied Abundance, where I support you and guide you through your transformation to embodying your inherent abundant nature and receive abundance much more effortlessly and easily, the feminine way. And it's such a beautiful program, a live group program. That means we will meet every week online, and you will receive so many teachings, meditations from me on how you can embody your inherent abundant nature more. And it's a lot about also healing and embodiment. And yes, I'm so excited for this program. You find all the informations below. I will link it here. And we will already start by the end of this month. And you can sign up until the 31st of July. And I'm so excited for us to start, because this is such a divine, sacred path. It's really a journey, a transformation that that I co-create together with the divine. And yes, we are all ready. If you are here, we are all ready for this way, this abundant way of living, this new way of living, this new paradigm where abundance doesn't have to be earned anymore. It is a consequence of your inner abundance, of how abundant you are and feel on the inside. Thank you, beautiful soul, for being here, and I'm sending you so much love and abundance.